Listening to the voice of David Hoots, NASCAR's race director, 74 is the radio number of the driver of the second pace car as they split the field so everyone can match their tachometer reading to the pit road speed. There you saw the second group of cars coming along. Here's how they'll start today in Phoenix. Bill Elliott's 48th career pole comes with a new track record. Dale Earnhardt, 1990 Phoenix winner. Row 2, Jeff Gordon, 7-time winner this year. And Rick Mass, sour luck ruined a great run for him at Rockingham last week. Row 3, Mark Martin with a win and 2 second-place finishes his last 3 times at Phoenix. And this is the first time in 5 years that Rusty Wallace has not been on the front row for this race. Brett Bodine has his 6th top 10 start, and Bobby Hamilton. Morgan Shepherd, 3rd here in 1990. Kyle Petty, 3rd here 2 years ago. Robert Presley, one of the leading rookies, and Ted Musgrave, who was 5th here last year. John Andretti and Ernie Irvan, who crashed his primary car in yesterday's last practice and will have to start the backup car from the rear of the field. Ken Schrader, runner-up here in 1990, and Terry Labonte, the defending champion of this race. Jeremy Mayfield, the sophomore driver, and Derek Cope, who finished 7th here in 92. Hut Strickland has 5 top 10s this year, and Sterling Marlin, 3rd here last year. Darrell Waltrip was 2nd at Phoenix in 91, and Greg Sachs. Bobby Labonte, a 3-time winner this year, along with Elton Sawyer, new owner of that team for next season. Jeff Burton was a strong 5th last week at Rockingham. Great day for the Burton brothers, and Dale Jarrett, who finished 5th here in 89. Kenny Wallace makes his 4th start at Phoenix. Jimmy Spencer finished 5th here in 92. Ricky Rudd, 2 chances to keep that win streak alive for 12 straight seasons so far. And Dave Marcus, his 787th career start. Blake Speed and Dick Trickle in the 16th row. Steve Grissom and last week's winner Ward Burton in row 17. Row 18 is Joe Nemechek and Ron Hornaday Jr. in his 3rd start of the weekend. Michael Waltrip and Bobby Hillen Jr. Jeff Bodine and Ricky Craven. Then the provisionals, Todd Bodine and Mike Wallace. Doug George, the Winston West champion, and Ernie Cope makes his Winston Cup debut. And for the next to last time this season, the Winston Cup cars come to full song and get the green flag to start the Dura Lube 500. Bill Elliott, big lead off into turn number 1. Everybody, buddy, wanting to try to get single file here as quickly as possible.
Well, the good part of the racetrack here, Mike, is that you can run 2x2. You see Rusty Wallace going just ahead of Mark Martin down the back straightaway into turn 3. You'll see a bridge come up here. You kind of set up to get off turn 4 there as you head down the front straightaway.
The consensus pre-race picks here, favorites for today's race. For this damage to Michael Waltrip's car, he appeared to cut a left rear tire going into turn number 1. That's shredded. You can just see it there.
Oh, yeah. All you see is the rim there. I mean, the tire itself is already peeled away from the rim there, going into the wall. Watch the left front. Just collect the wall there and across the racetrack. He's very lucky somebody didn't pop him.
Away at the wheel. Now, this was left loose before the race ever started. Somebody missed
trouble in turn 2.
Checklist. We got trouble in turn 2. Bunch of cars. Bobby Labonte has spun, but he rights it and gets back going again. So no harm done. Doesn't look like he did a whole lot of damage to the car. But anyway, somebody on Rick Mass just failed.
NASCAR is so concerned about teams getting all the lug nuts on. Here's what happened to Bobby Labonte.
And Ward Burton was in that as well. In the number 22, last week's winner through the infield.
That's Jeff Bodine going up there.
And Dave Marcus.
Dave Marcus. That's maybe they all checked up, made a little contact after this.
Yeah, you see the mark on the left rear of Bodine's car. Here's Dave Marcus' view of it.
Well, we just figured out what happened to Bodine, didn't we?
No damage, however, to either car. Just flat spot. That's why right now it's only Fords, Pontiacs, and Chevys. Well, there's Sawyer going around and Bickle going to the wall.
And Todd Bodine got right through it. No problem. Had a way to go, Todd.
It's not a problem with anybody.
Okay, thanks, Glenn.
Whoa, we have a spin.
Turn 4. Right underneath the bridge, one car is around. That's Doug George from the Winston West Series. Got in on a provisional as the champion in turn 2. Somebody has crashed into the wall. That is Ron Hornaday.
Yeah.
Ron Hornaday Jr., who drives Earnhardt's car, Earnhardt's cost me $1. Earnhart's truck in the Super Truck by Craftsman Series. By the way, yesterday we gave a check for $1,108 to the Snell Foundation. Southwest Tour started on the pole, had a big lead, ran the Super Truck yesterday to a top 5 finish. And here's Doug George into the fence.
Took a ride up too high.
Not sure what happened here in turn 2, but Hornaday ended up in the wall because of it. Oh, he got dumped. That's what happened.
Trickle.
Dick Trickle.
It looked like it was going to even turn, so he must have cut a tire down going in the corner.
Let's show it to you from another angle.
See the angle it goes up? Boy, he hits hard.
And keeps rim riding around that wall.
They've had such a tough year this year. This will be his 10th DNF if they can't get it back in the field. Only Greg Sachs has more than that with 11 as of today.
40 years of stock car racing to look it up. 74.
See Rusty, he's on the bottom side.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Contact for sure.
And Earnhardt right behind.
Well, if you want some drama, you got it. The two contenders for the championship right now, side by side.
And for the lead.
And for the lead at the same time. Wow. Wow.
For the lead, Ricky Rudd the hard way.
The hard way around the long way on the racetrack. That is not the preferred line, but when you have a car this dominant, he's one of the best slick track drivers in the country. I guarantee you they're going to race for a while because Coach needs to win as bad as Ricky Rudd does.
Oh, Derek, hang on.
Yeah, and
Did I mention he was loose?
Yeah.
What was your first clue?
Outside.
And Earnhardt got way loose up in the corner. White flag in the wind, folks. Ricky Rudd down to turn 1 for the final lap. Derek Cope will have to contend with Earnhardt in his mirror instead of Rudd up ahead. 4th is Rusty Wallace. 5th is Jeff Gordon. 6th, Ted Musgrave. 7th, Morgan Shepherd. Mark Martin has settled it down in 8th. Rick Mast in 9th. 10th, a side-by-side battle. And out of turn 4 to notch his 16th career Winston Cup victory, Chesapeake, Virginia's Ricky Rudd in the Tide 4. A big wave to the crowd as he crosses the line. Derek Cope and Earnhardt were side-by-side for second.
Derek beat him by a half a car length to get second place.
Pulled up, gave Ricky a wave. For 13 straight years, Ricky Rudd has won in Winston Cup racing.